Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Hi everybody. My name is Adrian, and I'm from VIISA, and today we have a very good friend of ours and a guest for today's mentor session. His name is Mos, and he's here to talk with our startups about UX. And so I'm just gonna spend some time chatting with him, getting Mos to describe about himself and what he's done. So once again, thanks Mos for coming down. Just quick introduction for our supporters and friends about what you do,
Okay.
and a little bit about how you're involved into the Vietnamese startup scene, and so what you have been up to with Scott Design.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay. So, hi everyone. My name is Mos, and so currently I'm a head of product and founders of Scott Experience Design.
Mm-hmm.
So we are a US consulting firm in
Yep.
Vietnam. And before that, I used to be a UX designer and growth hacker and do some trainings for Atlassian. So after Atlassian, I spent a short time working as a product strategist for Times Square Space, and after that, I founded Scott.
Okay.
So for the questions about the ecosystem in Vietnam, I'm also the founder of Team Monkey. Is a Slack community for UX designers in Vietnam,
Okay.
and front-end developers too. And at the same time, I've been trainings on product management, product strategy, and design for the ecosystem of product people in Vietnam.
Wow, so it's quite an experience that you have. I mean, coming from Atlassian, and this is the Atlassian that bought Trello, right? Recently.
Yeah, that's true.
And them having an office here in Saigon, and
Yes,
then,
sure.
and then you moving on to helping and creating this and supporting the UX community here.
Yeah.
So a lot of our friends they may be in not in Vietnam, but they may be based outside of Vietnam. So how we describe the UX scene here, a lot of people hear about how fantastic programmers and software engineers are in Vietnam,
sure.
but a little bit about the UX community.
So the Team Monkey, that Slack group that I mentioned, currently we have about 250 members.
250, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's enough for the ecosystem to grow. 250 designers available, and at the same time, we have really famous designers in the communities already, and we are quite active at the moment. At some point we are not as developed as some Western countries in terms of UX researching and testing, usability testing and stuff. So that's also what I'm trying to promote now in the US community in Vietnam, how to do it properly, and I will spend a lot of time talking about that today.
Okay, great. So I guess UX for short is for user experience, right?
Yes.
So I think a lot of the unique cultures that we have here when we talk about Southeast Asia, or we talk about Asia, or we talk about Western facing apps, we all know that they all look different.
Yes.
To different people.
Yeah.
So if you want to build something that is for the Southeast Asia community, then you have the challenge of 11 different countries,
Yes,
different
sure.
languages. As a startup, right, with minimal resources, so what are some of your tips in terms of thinking through how do I get started for this very basic UX design? Just thinking about it, right?
I mean, the simplest thing you should do, and I think that's also the most important thing, is to engage with users at every stage. So even before you start designing anything, you have anything in mind, talk to your users, and later when you have some kind of wireframes, just print that out, paper prototype, and get it to users to see if they understand your concepts and the flows. So every stage, develop the right fidelity of prototype, and then get that to user to give feedback. And after you launch, you can add some metrics on your site, so that you can measure like how users actually using your product.
Okay.
So qualitative more at the beginning stage, and more quantitative at the later stage.
So I guess one of the advice, right, like, and why you're here today is that we really want to expose our startups to really, and before they build a prototype, really understanding who the customer is, and springing it out. And doing a startup is just a very it's tough, right? Because I may be skilled in technical aspects, but I'm not customer facing, right?
That's
So having your expertise coming in here with VIISA, working with our startups, we really appreciate that. But it's also a small way to kind of push this awareness and discipline to our startup founders. So just a quick sharing, like what you'll be working with our founders on today.
So today I will talk a bit about the 4 topics that I think the founders may want to know. The first thing is for how can we allocate the resources of design.
Yeah.
So how much money, how many hours we need to put in there, and then the second thing is what to focus on. The third thing is how we can actually make that into reality, and the fourth thing is as a designers, I will try to share with you some tips and with how to work with a designer, what can you expect from them, and where to find the design that you want.
Okay. That sounds awesome because it's not really about me knowing everything, but having the also the language to communicate with the designer, right?
Yes.
If I'm not a technical person, I would need to know what is the language and how to communicate that, right?
Yes.
So I think it's a very important tip. So thanks once again to Mos, and we will be speaking to you later after session, or and also for startups, and so. Mos, you can click on the link to his company side, and VIISA's mentors. We do these sessions once they're in the office. It's our small way of sharing about what our acceleration program is about. And also on Thursdays, drop by. We have an open house at Circle co-working space, and Mos would probably be there. Right? Okay. Thank you everybody, and see you soon. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.